Welcome to Tuesday, the 16th day of September 2025. Your Day Weather Podcast brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, don't face it alone. Get an experienced local Wyoming attorney on your side. Free consultations at wyomingadvocates.com or call 307-800-1952. You deserve an advocate. Well, as you can see there in the background, that was a photo taken from the YDOT webcam over Togety Pass yesterday morning with some snow falling as another slow-moving Pacific trough is going to creep its way eastward very slowly over the next 2 or 3 days. So as you'll see, some of you are going to have a really good chance of getting rained on and be quite cool from parts of the northern and western high plains to the east slopes of the Rockies, and even some moisture from Tropical Storm Mario is going to get into some places in the far southwestern United States, including California. It's going to warm up, and I think we're going to have a pretty decent weekend coming. Certainly over the next couple of days, it is going to be unsettled, and the weekend looks better. Not perfect, but it certainly looks better. Now, a couple more aurora shots to show you. This one from the Lake McConaughey area as the aurora borealis over the last couple of nights has shown up. This was from the night before here out of Cheyenne. It was brief but colorful, very colorful across a lot of the lower latitudes. The latitude got pretty far south of those aurora borealis, especially Sunday night. This is from last week. Kelvin Helmholtz wave clouds there over Goshen County, Wyoming late last week. So a nice shot there. And then here's a shot of the Red Canyon Fire east of Thermopolis, Wyoming. You can see the blue sky, the puffy clouds, and then the landscape there where the fire went through. Very large fire. Hopefully there'll be some rain in that neck of the woods over the next couple of days with this slow-moving trough. And there were quite a bit of showers and thunderstorms. Some got strong over portions of central and north central Wyoming, as a shot here from Casper shows. Nice shot of a rainbow and those clouds yesterday, and they'll be like this again today. There probably won't be as many thunderstorms, but there'll be plenty of moisture and plenty of cloud buildup with this slow-moving trough moving on through. So a lot of moisture to work with and a lot of mid and high level clouds along with those low level clouds and the showers and thunderstorms. So keep the camera handy. Going to have some more opportunities. Now, there is a cloud name that, dare you to say it 5 times very, very quickly. That's a mouthful right there, but a beautiful shot of those cirrus clouds yesterday across the region. We mentioned strong thunderstorms, some hail falling in the Douglas area yesterday. Thankfully, it looks small, but looks like a fair amount of it came down pretty quickly with those thunderstorms over central and north central Wyoming yesterday. And you could see those thunderstorms all the way from the Wind River Basin near Pavilion yesterday out to the north and east of there as they began to build. Nice shelf cloud there with a strong thunderstorm up in Johnson County, Wyoming near Buffalo. And a beautiful sunset again up into the Black Hills of South Dakota. That, I think, makes it a couple of nights in a row there. Now, you don't see these very often. Praying mantis on a screen door there in Gillette, Wyoming. You don't see them very often, but they're out there in these parts of the country. They're always kind of interesting when you take a look at it. They look otherworldly for sure. Speaking of otherworldly, satellite photo this morning shows where the enhanced cloudiness is with this slow-moving upper-level trough moving across the north-central Rockies. This area right here is going to become an area of enhanced shower and thunderstorm activity as we go through the day today, tonight, and into tomorrow morning over portions of central and southern Wyoming. There's a strong little upper-level jet stream wind kind of streaking along what we'll call a thermal boundary. So this is going to be an area of enhanced showers and thunderstorms as it heads east. We'll show you that here in a minute. You can really see things on the water vapor. Wanted to show you Mario, Tropical Storm Mario off the coast of Mexico here. This is going to be a player up here. This is something that we hinted at late last week that might be a possibility, and it does look like the remains of that tropical storm will play a role for Arizona and California here in a bit. The water vapor shows very well the enhancement. There's that enhancement right there. Showers and thunderstorms overnight and early this morning across north central Rockies and the north central plains up into south central Canada there. So there it is, the upper level trough, kind of a 2-barreled system. This area right here is where the shower and thunderstorm activity is going to be the most numerous as it drifts slowly eastward through the course of the day today. This is by Thursday. So today and Thursday, actually, the system gets cut off in Canada, and they just kind of spin around each other right here. So what you're going to have is a situation where the low is just going to be hanging around for a good 48 to 72 hours, especially along and east of the divide. And here's the end result. Look at the rain in the Dakotas. Look at Nebraska there. Going to be very wet throughout the north central plains. In those states, the western edge of the enhancement does get into central and eastern areas of Wyoming. A lot of this is just going to be rain. There will be thunderstorms in the mix, but it'll just be rain showers. So along the Platte Valley there, hopefully Platte County and Goshen County, Wyoming, and up into parts of Niobrara and Converse counties can get some needed rain. Looks like there's a good chance of that. And we're also going to see some areas of showers and thunderstorms along the Interstate 80 corridor. And here's the moisture down into California from Mario. Now this is through Friday, so this is cumulative precipitation forecast through Friday afternoon. So you can see the showers and thunderstorms getting into Southern California, into the southern parts of the Central Valley, then up into the Sierras, and showers and thunderstorms over central and southern areas of Arizona, southwest New Mexico as that moisture comes through. So we have some tropical influence here, then a north central Pacific low up here. So we're getting a little bit of everything. And yes, there'll be a little bit of snow up over the higher elevations here over the next 2 to 3 days. As we get into the weekend, we get into this zonal flow, west to easterly flow now across the nation will bring Pacific air across most of the lower 48, which means moderate temperatures. And those moderate temperatures this weekend, along with this high pressure bulging northward a little bit, should bring decent weather this weekend. There's still going to be enough moisture in the flow that the weekend is going to have a few showers and thunderstorms around. Not a lot of them, but a few, but it will be warmer after this low pressure system works its way slowly eastward. By Monday, we see that westerly flow continue. Looks like we're probably going to have a hurricane early next week out in the Atlantic again. And this may end up being what we call a fish mixer, where it stays out over the open waters but doesn't come along the coast. Let's hope that happens. But it will beat up the fish a little bit as that system is likely going to develop. But we're having another low come into the Dakotas early next week. Some more showers up there and some coolness, but not really cold, up in the north central plains and Great Lakes to start next week. We showed you that big gradient forming in the North Pacific, and it really is showing up a week from this upcoming Friday. So we're looking out pretty far here, past 10 days, out to the 26th of September. But you can see this very strong gradient and a very strong jet stream wind. So this will buckle. Whether or not the buckle ends up sending cold, wet weather into the west or it stays up into Canada, we'll just have to see. But the writing is on the wall here, right into the last days of September into early October. This very strong gradient, very strong thermal gradient, those very strong jet stream winds right here will create some weather as that jet stream wind crosses into North America. So right at the end of September, early October, should have a stronger, colder system. But that's 10 plus days away from now. In the meantime, enjoy some September weather that really isn't bad, and some of you will be picking up some needed precipitation. Have a good Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.